Hey everyone, it's TB Shores. It is still March the 15th, 2021. It's 11:59 p.m. I wanted to jump right into this so that I made sure that I re-emphasize this connection here from Psalm 55 to Daniel 3. How the Lord connected that breadcrumb trail for us was through this wall, okay? And whenever we had clicked into this, it said that, hold on here, there. It was from an unused root, apparently meaning to join, okay? To join. And when we look at that and understanding what is wanting to be done within this temple, it's about the enemy, like we talked about before, interlacing and joining something within to be able to take control, as we saw with our understanding of Dura, meaning the brain and spinal cord, because that's what controls the entire body. Let's see, there's something else. Oh, here. Another connection, and I just wanted to make sure I pointed this out so it was clear. Here with this word wall, as it says, a wall of protection. And that clearly, again, points us to this Dura that we see over here in Daniel 3 as where the beast system is being set up. He set it up in the plane of Dura, which is the tough outermost membrane. It's about breaching this, okay? It's about breaching this protective wall and taking control. And once the changing of the building blocks, I guess is how I'm wanting to put that, occurs, of course, taking control of the P gland and the endocrine system and other things will be quite achievable. So when we look at this tough outermost membrane, that is the protective wall as we see it over here in Psalm 55. So that is our connecting breadcrumb there to show us this is Dura is about him setting up in the dwelling, okay? I'm trying to remember what was plain. That's, oh yes, that's about dividing. It's setting up a dividing in the dwelling, okay? In the province of Babylon, which meant gate of the gods or gate of God. So there again, we see all this connects in again about what the Lord is trying to get us to understand about this infiltrating this body and the enemy setting himself up in the dwelling place of God in this temple of the Lord. I'm trying to think. There was something else I wanted to mention in this. It takes us to, yes, back to the word breach. I think we had touched on that a little bit in the last video, because they have to breach, make a hole in. Of course, we discussed that in, what scripture was that? 1 Kings 6, about cutting an opening in the shoulder and going up the building blocks to the middle chamber into the third. Okay, of course, we know that is the P gland. Uh, so when we look at this breaching, there are many things that will be achieved by that. I'm not sure I completely understand all of it at this point, but there are some things that I do understand. I'm trying to see. We were talking about the breaching. Okay, we talked about here in Genesis 11. Here it says Shinar, and they dwelt there. Okay, and Shinar was about letting us know it was about a breach and a plunder. Okay, to cast out a breach is about making a hole and casting out your plunder, what you're taking, what you are stealing and robbing, taking by force. And it also connects us to uh, the name Shinar, because these are variants of it down here. But when you get up here and understand the meanings, it is intense negative emotion and the experience of violence. Okay, that's another thing we're going to get into. I'm not sure we'll get into it tonight, but it's about how, like I said, I'm not going to give you a biology lesson, but when you take over control of the endocrine system and you start messing with people's hormones, there's a lot that can be affected in your emotions and create a lot of negativity there. Just as it says, intense negative emotion and the experience of violence. I think the Lord's going to lead us into more understanding of that. At this moment, I don't really have that, but because it connects to the breach, I'm going to go ahead and mention it. Seemed like there was something else I wanted to mention about the breach. Let's see. Okay. Let's just pop back over to, let's see if there's something I need to look at. We covered this part of this verse. Now there's more we're going to cover in Daniel 3, just not at the moment, but it's connected with that controlling factor. I saw this years ago and I understood it, but the profoundness of it now is far greater, of course. All right, so we're going to go back, I think, right now to where the Lord has us getting our outline from in Psalm 55. And yeah, down here in verse 10. So we're looking at the wall, and that's how we got over here to go to Daniel 3, and the wall connects us with, when you go into it, the Hebrew word meaning a protective wall, and join into it. And that is what the enemy wants to do. It's about breaching that protective wall, that taking over of the brain and all therein to have complete control of what can be perpetuated on people. So when we look here, let's see, we're going to look at this word, mischief. I think he's starting to take us into getting to understand a few of these things about behavioral issues. Oh, I got to hurry. Sorry, y'all. It's about computer battery dying and time running out on the video. Okay. So when we look into what it's saying here, connected to, what was this word? Oh, mischief. Okay. We see it, the Hebrew word that it's taken from gives us understanding of trouble, wickedness, and sorrow. I I see it's from an unused root, perhaps meaning properly to pant, hence to exert oneself, usually in vain, to come to naught. Strictly nothingness, all trouble, vanity, wickedness, specifically an idol, affliction, evil, false, idle, iniquity. So you can see here, no mistake there with that word. Of course, that's pretty obvious word to mean all those things, but it's no mistake that we're starting to get into understanding some of the behaviors that are connected with having what's the word I'm looking for? Having breached and affecting, manipulating, I guess is what I want to say here. Having breached, having caused the breach and achieved the manipulation of the pea gland and the building blocks. We're starting to get into the Lord showing us some of the behavioral issues that may be connected with that. I haven't really gotten into that yet, so I can't really go any deeper with that. So I'm going to cut this off unless I'm not feeling that I'm to put anything else in this video. So we're going to cut this off here, and hopefully, I mean, there's some other things the Lord has shown me, but I'm trying to follow the order in which I have been shown to go with this, following the breadcrumbs, so to speak. But I'm going to cut this off, and I'll be back soon, I'm sure. I love y'all. Bye-bye.